think it's safe to say that T-Mobile has certainly ruffled some feathers with this price increase update regarding legacy customers and legacy plans. There's a lot of emotions regarding this from consumers. Employees are devastated because they have customers coming into the store yelling and screaming and abusing them, constant mistreating, expecting them to make changes to their plan, even though they don't have the authority or capabilities to do so. This whole thing is getting out of hand. It's becoming quite the circus show, if you ask me. T-Mobile has lied to customers, there's no doubt about it. They promised you a price lock guarantee with their whole Un-carrier movement for these legacy plans, and they went back on their word. For that, employees and customers can be mad at them. Customers more so. We pay for these plans. We were lied to. We thought we were getting a deal for the lifespan of the account. Now, it goes two ways. T-Mobile could get rid of these plans, which would ultimately hurt them, of course. If they did, they would see a massive amount of churn if they went ahead and canceled the plans altogether. But they could go ahead and cancel these plans and leave many consumers with no choice but to either leave or upgrade. Some customers are going to be able to get the benefit of sticking around with these plans. Some of these plans are very valuable to many consumers. They may have multiple free lines, multiple free services, and it might be worth it for them to stick around and just pay a few more dollars than either upgrade to a more expensive T-Mobile plan or even leave for a competitor. But that depends on your situation and if you see enough value to do so. For the customers that don't see enough value, you have options. There's no reason to be mad. There's no reason to go into the store and punish an employee who did nothing to you by screaming and yelling at them. Let's be honest here. If you've been following these updates, then you should know that these plan updates are done automatic. T-Mobile has already decided who's getting the update in price increases. So an employee has no way to adjust this. And I'm just speaking because I feel like this is not the right way to go about it. For customers to go in and yell at them is just wrong. Like, I don't work for these stores. I don't work for any of these companies. So what happens to them at the end of the day is no reflection on me. But I think that we're giving too much power to T-Mobile right now. This is a game of chess. We move the pieces. T-Mobile's the game. We move their pieces. So at the end of the day, it's not the other way around. Don't let them push you around and make decisions for you. If you're not happy with your current plan and you don't feel like there's enough value to pay for it, then there's competitors. You can go to an MVNO for options if you want to spend the least amount of money. Right now, there's deals with AT&T and Verizon, but bear in mind they're raising prices as well. Legacy plans are going up for all the carriers. Verizon just announced another one too. We talked about that like a week or two ago. It's going to continue to happen. They've lied to us just as well. They weren't as ruthless with it. They didn't promise anything with their legacy plans. But let's face it, when you signed up for those plans 10 years ago or whatnot, you were under the impression that those prices would stay the same. They were the same up until until about 2 years ago, when Verizon really started raising prices and T-Mobile as well. So, let's face it. We're all being played. We've been played by all these carriers. There's no real love here. You must remember that. At the end of the day, this is a business and we're just a transaction. They don't care about you. If you leave, they'll replace you. It's like a job. The second you quit and find another job, they're already looking for someone to take your place. This is how it works in the world of business. Okay? It's all about money. It's all about capitalizing. There's no real emotion here. They don't even know who we are. Customers do have the right to feel betrayed by T-Mobile because they were. We've been played by T-Mobile since day one. Ever since John Legere came on board and promised that whole Un-carrier movement, it was all an act. He came on stage after 5 Red Bulls. He had his big clown nose, his big clown shoes, and it was all an act. Hype up the crowd, get everyone to love them, get everyone on board. There was so many people, customers, loyal customers of AT&T and Verizon leaving because this was a new movement. A new revolution in wireless service. Deals like we've never seen before. No contracts, no taxes. T-Mobile had it going on. Let's be real. We're not talking about network service or reliability. We're talking about the ability to get no taxes, unlimited data, perks like you wouldn't believe, for less money than what you were paying just for bland service with the competition at that time. This was the idea, to trick us. It was all trickery. Let's be honest. It was a clown show. The curtains drew the day that John Legere left, but he knew he was leaving. He was hired to do one thing, build the company up. And then when his job was complete, after enough customers were hooked, he was bought out. He made a fat sum of money and washed his hands with the company. Then we got Mike Sievert, who was the exact opposite. Yeah, he tried to be a John Legere for a little. It just wasn't working, so he gave up. I guess he tried to keep it going, but then he's like, no, I'm no good at this. I can't have that many Red Bulls. And this is the end result. Now we're seeing the truth, the real T-Mobile, the real company. They're all like this, okay? Rest assured, no matter which carrier you think is the bomb, they're all ruthless behind the scenes. One carrier may be more reliable for you as far as the service, but at the end of the day, they're all sharks. You ever watch Shark Tank? They're all looking for the best investment for them, okay? And you can have the best idea ever, but if they can't make money on you, they don't care about you. And that's how it works with us as customers. But just remember, we have the ability to make decisions here that can reflect on them. If we choose to not pay them, at the end of the day, they're the ones that are going to be left holding the bill. Okay, they're not going to be able to make as much profit. They're going to have to downsize. If they don't have an audience and no one's listening to them, then all that speaking and yapping does no good. So whatever they try to sell us, if we're not buying, it does no good. Remember, if you're not satisfied with the price increases, go to the competition. Get it while the getting is good. Verizon has deals right now. AT&T has deals. You know how it is. When one man is down, they keep kicking. And that's what they're doing. They're kicking T-Mobile right now. But rest assured, in a couple of weeks, months, we'll be talking about Verizon. And then T-Mobile will come back and kick Verizon in the face. And AT&T will kick Verizon in the face. And then it'll happen to AT&T. This is a game of tag, okay? And it's certainly a game of chess for us. We move the pieces. Exercise your options. Don't go into stores yelling at employees. It's not going to do you any good. Don't give T-Mobile or any of these carriers that much power to turn you into that kind of person. These people have jobs just like you and me. They need to pay bills. I think if they could help, they certainly would. They want to get these customers out of their face. Believe me, retail is a horrible job, especially when something like this happens. They have no control over their company making a poor decision like this. And now they're being forced to sit here overtime. They probably can't even take a day off for the rest of the month if they need to, all because of T-Mobile's actions. So at the end of the day, just go into it knowing that you can't trust any of these carriers. If you decide to switch to go to Verizon, just bear in mind that the same thing is happening there. And it's happening with AT&T. So you need to remember this. And even if you go to MVNOs, I talk about it all the time, at some point prices will go up there as well. Unfortunately, the carriers are able to buy a lot of these, competitors now. So it's, it sounds like a good deal right now, but at some point, I'm pretty sure they're going to start raising prices just to remain more competitive within each other. And also, if they're not making enough through postpaid and prepaid, well, they're going to decide to raise prices on the MVNO so that they can kind of offset the losses on the primary plans. That's how I see it. So this is just the way it is. This is the economy right now. Things are going up. Everything, gas, food, you name it. There's no way to stop this. Not until things get better, which obviously they're probably going to get worse before they get better with this economy. So we just got to be prepared for anything. And at the end of the day, something like a carrier plan going up is not worth your time and your stress. You can enjoy the network. You can listen to the news. You can do speed tests, but don't worship carriers. They're not worshiping you and they don't value you. Believe me, you're just a number. If you leave, they'll find another customer. It's just that simple. We hold no value. And I speak for myself as well. Like if I stop paying T-Mobile, they don't care. If I stop paying Verizon, they don't care. Same with AT&T. They do not care. They'll find their way to make money. There's going to be some churn in regards to this movement that T-Mobile has caused, this problem here for many. But at the end of the day, it's nothing that they can't swallow. They're going to lose a little bit of customers. They'll figure out their way to make it all back. They've been doing this for years. They've been upsetting customers for years, one way or another. And we know this. AT&T has upset so many customers in their decades of being in business. Yet they're still remaining profitable, right? They've just had some of the best quarters they've had in years. So they'll always find a way to survive. But that doesn't mean you have to be a part of that if you don't like them. If they're not giving you value, you don't have to be a part of their success. Be a part of your own. Choose a carrier for you, one that you like, more value for you. If you guys watch me, you know that's been my story since day one. So I'm only telling you what I think adds value to you. You need to decide what's right for you. Stop chasing after a dream. These carriers, they're not worth your time. Not if they're going to betray you like that. I'm not saying cancel all your lines and, use a landline. I'm saying enjoy your plans, get it while the getting is good, but don't worry too much about it. And be prepared for price hikes because everything is going up. So I think we have to kind of be a little bit more reasonable now and just know you can't trust them. That's it. It's all talk, it's all sales, and it's mostly lies. Everything they're pitching is mostly lies. So with that being said, I want to thank you for stopping by and watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you're not. Share with someone that you think might enjoy the content on this channel. As always, thank you for stopping in and watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.